Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jensine, aka Jungle Naps in the building. And as you can tell from the title, we're going to be taking all the products or most of the products that I reviewed in the past month and kind of revisiting them. So I'd like to start doing this type of video more where I do a full face beat with that makeup and I can kind of talk to you guys about how I'm feeling about it, whether I still like it or not, just so that if you're looking to have a little bit more background to make a purchase, so you have some more information. That being said, if you're brand new to my channel or you just happen to notice you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and joining the family. I put up videos 3 times a week and you're bound to find some type of content that you like here. Also, a side note, I got a new microphone, so I'm really hoping that my sound quality comes out really good. I did a couple tests, but just let me know what you think of the audio in today's video. That way, if I need to improve, I have something to go off of. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and get started so I can beat this face. Okay, so I'm going to start off with some skin prep. I've already used my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and then I'm going to use the e.l.f. HD Mattifying Balm in my T-zone. I always use this. It's really nice. It's affordable. It's $6, guys. So it's just really great at keeping that oil at bay. Not much to say about this one because I did do a review last year, and you can just search for the e.l.f. HD Mattifying Balm on my channel if you're interested in seeing that one. Now, the next product I'm going in with is the Clarins. It's their Instant Smooth Perfecting Touch. So this is a primer, and basically this is for line filling, any wrinkle filling kind of stuff. And you literally just take a little bit. I just put some like this, and you want to dot it on the area with your smile lines. Just like so. And I go in on both sides, and you want to tap it in. It's super important. Don't rub it in, guys. So I know I've mentioned this one a little bit, and I wanted to show you guys in action what it really does, and it really helps from products to prevent products from sinking in to these fine line areas. So what I do is I just puff out my face like this, like a fish. And then I just tap it in. So while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyes now. And there were so many good eyeshadow products from this past month that I freaking love. The first one that I talked about recently, this is the ABH Soft Glam palette. As I showed you guys in my review, it's just super beautiful. So many beautiful options for everyday looks. And the next two are from the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne collab. The first one here is just the neutrals transitions palette. I know it doesn't look like much when you look at it, but I'm gonna tell you this, the colors are so freaking buttery. You really don't need much work when you use them to blend out at all. And then the other one is the colorful palette. This one here is all about color, honey. I think it was recently on sale. It was half off for almost $20. Don't underestimate these colors. Don't sleep on this palette at all. It's so beautiful. It's so pigmented, especially on if you're a person of color as well. It's gonna look freaking beautiful on you. And you also get a big mirror here. Highly recommend that. So let me get started with the eye look. Also gonna prime my eyes with the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer in Caffeine because I really want the colors to stand out. And even though I love my Smashbox primer, you guys know, I really like this one for just making the colors pop. But the Smashbox one is really bomb when it comes to extending the eyewear, how long your shadow lasts. For transitions, I'm gonna go in with Subscribe first. Feel like this is the perfect brown transition for me. Super beautiful. I'm just gonna keep it right below where the brow is, and I'm not really gonna take it too far down. Now, one of the things that I told you guys about is I know that the palette doesn't look like much, but I just love I barely did anything and it's already blended out. I don't understand. The formula is just so freaking good. So definitely suggest it if you can catch it while it's on sale. It is limited edition, so it won't be around forever. And I feel like that casts like almost the perfect accent for, you know, right underneath my brows. Now I'm gonna go in with Soft Glam. One of the main reasons why I love Soft Glam, guys, is there's just this beautiful bottom row of like heavenly transition colors for me, and I feel like it probably is going to work well with a lot of different skin tones. Now I'm going to go into Sienna here, and I'm going to bring it right under here. So you guys, I want to tell you something. I went snowboarding recently for the first time in a very long time. Okay, a very long time, and it was really fun but super challenging. I think I would probably really enjoy snowboarding if I did it like, you know, more than a couple times a year, maybe like 5 to 7 times a year, because that way I could like really improve on my skills. I went to a resort out here in Vermont, and it's so much different than the resorts in California. Like, I'm used to just like one long hill that you just like go down, and you know, that way I can like keep my speed built up and really focus on like trying to develop that like the style. I don't know if I even have a style, but like trying to develop something. So look at how these two shades, don't they just look really nice together? So if I was just using the Soft Glam palette, I'd probably go into Burberry and do this like all over, this one right here, all over my lid, because it'd be really nice. And these shimmers are really beautiful, but I want something more colorful, honey. Let's just spice this up. So I am going into Urban Decay. And the Kristen Leanne palette is super gorgeous. Last time I used this palette on camera, I just used these two right here. And I recently used Corona. That's super beautiful as well. What do I want to use? Ooh, I think I might do like a purple look. If you guys have been watching my channel, listen, I love me some purple. I think I'm going to go into Spitfire first, and then I'm going to use Dye. Honestly, for me, one of the reasons why I love this palette so much is, number one, the pigmentation, and these shades are so freaking unique. Like, when are you ever gonna see a bright purple iridescent? I mean, don't get me wrong, there are brands that have them, but they don't come along very often. See how pretty that is? Oh my god, I'm in love. Okay, so now it's time. We're gonna take the shade Dye and then put that in the middle and the outer. And then I'm taking a smaller blending brush. This is a Luxie 231, and I'm really concentrating it on the outside. Don't worry if like you have a little bit of fallout here. We're gonna clean that up later. So I put a bit of some liner and some mascara, and I'm not really feeling the false lashes today, but I am gonna go ahead and start with my foundation. So I'm using the Nars Natural Radiant, and I did a comparison video where I compared it to the All Day Luminous, and that's pretty interesting. If you haven't checked that out, you should definitely do that. And I'm just going to be applying this with a beauty blender, and I'm gonna spray my Fix Plus to just help it like blend out better. So one of the major issues that I had when I first started using this foundation was it did settle into my smile lines, and I found as soon as I paired it in with a line filling primer, it was like magic. But I really enjoy the finish of this foundation. I think it's absolutely lovely. And if you're super oily, either just use a like very mattifying primer underneath and make sure you bake and do all of that. And I also feel like, I don't know, like I haven't gotten much sun this winter because now I live on the East Coast, but oh my gosh, like this is the only foundation that I have that truly matches my natural skin color now. Like, see the foundation side and the non-foundation side. So yeah, basically all in all, I still really love this. And now that I found out how to make this foundation work better for me, I love it even more. I will say that using a brush definitely helps with more coverage, but since I don't need a lot of coverage, I really like using the Beauty Blender. But I definitely do think that using the Beauty Blender uses a bit more of the product. Next up, we've got the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. This has been my go-to concealer ever since I reviewed it for more full coverage. Now, I really do like the Maybelline, the new shades, the Age Rewind. That one is super bomb for like everyday looks. It doesn't have like a full coverage vibe. It's very light. And I'm so upset. Like, I wanted to use it in this video and I couldn't find my shade. It's somewhere in my beauty room. I just couldn't find it. So I was like, let me go with my trusty. This is $7. I did compare it to the Tarte Shape Tape, and in my opinion, it does perform better than Shape Tape. So just going to apply it regularly. This shade is not what I would call super highlighting. It more like just blends into my natural skin tone. And I also like to go over my mustache area just to conceal the hyperpigmentation there. And with my sponge, before I blend it out, I just spray some Fix Plus and then I go in. Now this little guy is not new, but honestly, it's like my favorite setting powder for underneath my eyes because it doesn't make it look cakey, and it really prevents any settling into my fine lines up there. So I don't know if you guys remember me talking about the ABH blush kit when I bought it at Marshall's, but I'm actually going to show you what this bronzer shade looks like right here, and it's actually surprisingly beautiful. And see how nice and smooth that looks? It looks very natural. It's not like a super harsh highlight or contour. And then I just take that and go into my hairline and just pop it up in here. And I also like to take this down in my jawline too, to kind of give like a natural shadow, give me like a strong jawline, you know what I mean? Because I kind of need it. Okay, so while that's going, I also wanted to show you guys the face powder that I talked about loving. This is the Maybelline, what is this? The Fit Me Loose Fitting Powder, and this is in the shade 40. This pairs beautifully with the Super Stay Foundation. You guys, I do have to tell you the saddest thing. I love the Super Stay Foundation, but on camera, for some reason, it looks so yellow on me, even though it doesn't look that way in person. But it is truly like the #1 best foundation that I found from the drugstore, because it literally makes you look photoshopped like in real life. It's ridiculous. But I probably won't be using it on camera that much. It looks great in photos, just doesn't jive well with, I don't know, my filming setup. So I'm just gonna pour some right into here and take my Real Techniques powder brush, dust off any of the excess. And I'm gonna stick this on the outer side. So I'm gonna go right in this area, kind of deepen it up, give me kind of like that shadow effect, you know what I mean? Stick it on the outsides up here. You wanna make sure that you really have like a light hand. And this one is so good. I do have to say, you guys, it really gives that like non-powder effect. It's kind of like a cheaper dupe of the Lancome translucent setting powder, which I really love. But yeah, this is like probably the more affordable version. So you see how that like creates that shadow here to like make my face look a little bit more oval, even though I have a very round face. Going back to the blush kit here, I really love this. Gosh, I want to try the lighter one here. What is it called? It's called Vegas. Hopefully it's not too light on me. I've tried the other shades and I really do like them. And that way, ooh, it packed on a lot. So when this happens, you have to take a brush with nothing on it and then just kind of like buff that out. I forgot. These blushes are really pigmented, guys. Like, you'll be really surprised. It gives me like just a little bit of a hint of some color. I do have to say, you guys, you know what I've been loving so far is like doing looks without blush. And I mean, I love blush, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, it just looks so nice as well. I never thought I would say that. So another runner-up for bronzer that I want to talk about is the Balm bronzer. I know that I talked about this in my favorites, but it is really, really good. This is in the shade Graham E, Super Balm. I know on camera it looks really light, but it is definitely for like deeper skin tones. Not like deep, but like my complexion deep, if that makes sense. Highly suggest that you guys swatch it. I think you can get this at Kohl's, something like that. I'm not sure where else though if you're out of the States. Dang, for highlight though, like, okay, I've been talking about this Urban Decay Disco Stick, and I feel like when I did the video, the swatch didn't do it justice, so I want you guys to see me use this in person. And I did, you know, do like a purple eye look, so I figured, well, if we had some holographic highlight, that would make it look even bomb. So I'm just going to dot this on here. I just use like really small strokes, guys. And then I take some on my finger. You really have to use a light touch. And then I go in and I just like blend it out. I mean, am I right? I think it looks really pretty. So for my highlight on the center of my nose, I'm gonna use the Anastasia and Amrezy highlights. Here, let me show you this proper. I recently did a review on this with the Soft Glam palette. If you haven't seen that, check it out. It's really, really gorgeous. And going down here, ooh, that's a strong, strong highlight. And then I always like to go in with a blending brush, just like any eye blending brush will work, and blend out the edges on both sides. See, doesn't that, I'm sorry, look at that highlight again. It's so fun. I wore this out one night and I got like just the most fun compliment on it. I was like, hey, look, I know my highlight's popping, but thank you. No, I mean, I was thankful, but it really is a eye-catching highlight, and it really does complement deeper skin tones very well. So for lips, I've got something a bit different. I do have about, let's see, 5 lip options, and I want to model them for you guys. So all of these are from Urban Decay, and they did send them to me for PR. I've got Gubby. This is really, really nice. It's a metallicized finish. And then I've got Naked. This one is a cream finish. And then I've got Backtalk, which is a comfort matte. It's this pink shade here. Next up, I've got 1993. This is more of a, let's see, it's more of a like mauve-y brown neutral. And then I've got Stark Naked. All of these names are really, really fun. They would all look absolutely beautiful with brown liner. So those were all 5 shades. I think that they're really, really good to be paired with a brown liner. Now the brown liner that I use today, this is from the Urban Decay 24 Glide On Lip Pencil set, and this is in the shade Conspiracy. It goes well with so many like different kind of new colors. And this one I just kind of like switched around. I chose 1993 and I paired it with a like kind of clear gloss. I used the over the top gloss from Desi and Katie, their little collection. But yeah, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed that. I know that the traditional makeup tutorials aren't exactly popular on YouTube anymore, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. Change happens. If you guys would like me to start doing this more often, please let me know down in the comments, or even just thumbs up this video if you don't feel like commenting. That just kind of helps me know what you like. Now, if you guys haven't seen the giveaway that's going on my channel, don't forget to check it out right over here. Make sure you enter if you're watching this before March 19th, 2018. As always, I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!